Hey folks, Will Brink here, www.BrinkZone.com, and today I want to talk about the value of sandbag and sandbag training. If you've watched my videos over the years, be it training tactical teams, SWAT teams on their performance and fitness, or whether it's fitness models, figure models, and everything in between, should have noticed that there are sandbags in those programs. I think sandbags are probably the most undervalued, underrated training modality out there. Now, some people obviously are training with them, and I think they're trying to catch on, but for the most part, most people are in the dark, and so I'm going to hopefully bring you up to speed on that. So instead of doing like a demonstration video, I've got a ton of videos on my YouTube channel, BrinkZone and such, that show the sandbag training. So I'm just going to discuss the overall benefits, and I actually just got a brand new box here of sandbags. They come in different sizes. This is basically one up from the smallest. As you can see, it's empty. They are very well built, generally indestructible. The brand that I recommend, bar none, far and away, head and shoulders above the rest, is made by Utimate Sandbag via Coach Henkin. I use them for, well, as you can see, just about everything. I think for conditioning, functional fitness, strength and conditioning, core type training, you name it. I don't think anything comes close to the value of sandbags. And you can use them integrated within a program, i.e. using other exercises plus sandbags. You can do sandbag only type training, which I have done. I travel with them in my bag. I use I use one that you can fill with water, but we're talking sand here today. I am going out of the country in a few weeks to do a tour in South America of training people, and I am bringing with me my sandbags, and I am going to put people through specific sandbag type programming. Now, when I use sandbags, I have to admit I'm fairly traditional movement patterns. I don't tend to use a lot of fancy, or what I would call unique movement patterns. I tend to do Zercher squats, shoulder lunges, some unilateral type things, overhead presses, one-legged, straight-legged deadlifts and such, which are fairly traditional. But remember, sandbags are a truly unbalanced load. There are some products out there that claim to be an unbalanced load, and they're really not. They might be unstable, but they're not really unbalanced. Sandbags are truly unstable load. 50, 60 pounds of sandbag, I will tell you, feels like double that easily because it's moving around. The sand is never in the same place. And so if you're really looking for truly functional, unbalanced loading, unilateral training and stuff, again, the sandbags to me are unequaled in that respect. One thing I really like about the sandbags, Ultimate Sandbag, is that you can get these small inserts, and they basically have two roles. One is obvious; they just make the sandbag that much even tougher and indestructible to lose any sand. But what they really do is you fill them up, and like a barbell, you can increase the load or decrease the load on the spot. You open it up, you have 2, 3, 4, whatever these guys in it, and depending on the exercise you're doing, depending on the people you're working with, you can subtract 15, 20 pounds at a time and get exactly what you want. And again, that is invaluable to me as far as the amount of exercises and the number of people I can work with a single sandbag. I actually tend to have a couple in my home gym. I actually leave one at the gym so that I can mix it with other exercises. And I said before, I actually will travel with them, whether I'm, again, going to work with law enforcement, whether I'm going to do a seminar at a club or whatever. I always like to pull those things out, and I can demonstrate with people something that really feels very different. But as far as metabolic conditioning, calorie burning, prehab, rehab, you name it, I really like sandbags. And I don't tend to get this unapologetic, should I say, as far as recommending things. I think if you watch my stuff, I don't tend to recommend that much, and I really have no hesitation recommending the sandbags specifically from Ultimate Sandbag. So I recommend you use one. As far as home gyms, again, the amount of the cost, the footprint they take up, and the number of things you can do with them compared to any number of machines, straps, kettlebells, whatever you might get, they cannot be beat in that respect. But again, I don't really think there's any home gym, any commercial gym, period, that should not have at least a few sets of sandbags from Ultimate Sandbag in them. And another thing I didn't even mention is outdoor training. They are great for training outside in fields, hiking, as far as humping, Sometimes I will literally take one of the smaller sandbags, throw it over my shoulder, and walk a mile, and I'll keep training. I'll just keep working with it, and it burns a ton of calories, and it is one hell of a tough workout. And it's old school and it's simple. And again, I personally will always gravitate towards back towards anything that is old school and simple, that uses simple whole body functional movement patterns, and that to me always is the way to go, given the choice. So I hope that information helps. Please hit the like and the Twitters and all that if you enjoy this, and if it helps, and I'll see you guys on the BrinkZone.
Now, for more information on this topic, head on over to www.brinkzone.com, where you'll find my blog, more videos for reports on fat loss, muscle building supplementation, fitness, health, and longevity, as well as a ton of articles in my free weekly fitness newsletter. And I'll see you all on the BrinkZone.